All right, today we are working on 7-2, which is substitution. So basically, like we talked about, we aren't doing any graphing today. Okay, graphing is done that's just 7-1. We're learning 4 different ways to do the same thing. This is the second way. With substitution, it's another way to find that coordinate on where the lines cross. So if you hated graphing, you probably will like this way a little bit more. It takes a little bit of more time, but I wrote all the steps right there for you. So step 1, they're going to give us 2 equations today. You have to get one of the equations to either say y equals something or x equals something. So if you look at this first example, it says y equals 3x. That step is now done for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Step 2, we're going to substitute. We're going to plug the first equation into the second equation. Okay? Then we're going to solve that equation for a letter, either x or y. And then once we get that, we're going to go plug it back in, and we're going to get our second number. We need 2 numbers for our answers today. We'll have an x value and a y value. So what you're going to do is, like I said, step 1, make one of the equations say x equals or y equals. So as you can see, they have that for us in the first one. It says y equals 3x. So step 2, I'm going to go take this, and I'm going to plug it into the second equation, meaning I'm going to change every y in my second equation into a 3x. So it's going to go x plus 2, and then in parentheses, instead of a y, I'm now putting a 3x equals negative 21. So all I did there was I changed every y value I saw to 3x because it told me in the equation above it, y is the same thing as 3x. Okay? Now, we're going to solve this. So I'm going to multiply x plus 6x equals negative 21. 7x equals negative 21. So then how do I figure out what x is?
41
divided by 7. X equals negative 3. So that's my x value. Remember, I need an x value and a y value. So my x value is negative 3. Now, to find my y value, I'm going to take this and see how I have that equation that I solved at the beginning. I'm going to plug this into that equation. So y equals 3 times negative 3. And that gives me negative 9. So that would be my answer, negative 3, negative 9. That's all it takes to do. Okay? A few steps. There's no graphing involved. If I were to graph this, this is where those 2 lines would cross, negative 3, negative 9. Okay? So the next one, step 1, I got to get one of the equations, doesn't matter which equation, to say x equals something or y equals something. And if you look at the top equation, I have that. It says x is the same as what? 4y. So basically, I'm going to take this equation, and I'm going to plug it into the bottom equation. Every time I see an x, I'm going to change it to a 4y. So 2 times 4y plus 2y equals 14. So 8y plus 2y equals 14. 10y equals 14. So then what do I got to do? Divide by 10. If you want to turn them into decimals today, you can. So y is going to be 1.4. Now, I know y is 1.4, so I'm going to take that and plug it into my equation I messed with to start with. So 4 times 1.4 is x. So x equals, that's going to be 5.6. So 5.6, 1.4. That's where they would cross if I graphed them.
Do you sub it in for every y?
Yep, you sub it in for every y value. Okay, so we look at the next one. I need one of the equations to either say x equals or y equals. Do I have that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, right here. X is 0.5y. So what I'm going to do is every time I see an x, what am I going to change it to?
0.51.
There you go. So 3.5y plus 2 times 0.5y equals 45. 3.5y plus 1y is 45. So 4.5y is 45. So I'm going to divide by 4.5. And y is going to equal 10. So that's my y value. So my x value, I just take this, and I plug it into my first equation. X equals half of 10. What's half of 10? 5. You're done. 5/10. Okay, zoom this in a little bit so we can see it more. So now this one, like this, you will see something like this today. We don't have either equation solved for x or y. We're doing for us. So we got to do that with one of them. Now, they should all be set up where one of the letters is the easiest one to pick out what you should solve for. Do I want to get this x by itself right here? Am I going to have to do a lot of work for that? Yeah. I'm going to have to do a lot of work to get this y by itself. I'm going to have to do a lot of work to get this y by itself. Am I going to have to do much work to get this x by itself? No. So I'm going to solve that one for x. So if I wanted x by itself in this equation, what do I have to do?
Minus 5y.
There you go. So x equals 3 minus 5y. So I can right away, after I do this, I don't need this equation anymore. I can just change that to x equals 3 minus 5y. So that's what step 1 would look like if it's not solved for you. I'm going to make x equal 3 minus 5y. So then I take this, and I'm going to plug this into my equation. So every time I see an x, what am I going to change it to? 3 minus 5y. So 3 times 3 minus 5y. Make sure you put it in parentheses. Minus 2y equals 8. So then I have to distribute. 9 minus 15y minus 2y equals 8. Are there any y's I can combine together?
Yes.
So I take negative 15 and negative 2 gives me negative 17y equals 8. Okay, then how do I get rid of a 9? Minus 9. So negative 17y equals negative 1. So I divide by negative 17. Y equals 1/17. Then you would take that, plug it into here, and then you'd have your two coordinates. So there's no graphing. It just takes a lot of work. Okay, there's a lot of going through the process and stuff like that. Today, you shouldn't have any problems like here. I can already see where we messed up. We used a positive 3. It should have been a negative 3. A negative 3 would have gave us an actual answer. Okay, got 2 more to do. So, step 1, solve one of the equations for x or y. Do I have that done for us? Do I have an x equals somewhere or a y equals somewhere? Yes or no? Yes, bottom equation. So every time I see a y, what am I going to change it to? 3x plus 2. So we go 6x minus 2 times 3x plus 2 equals negative 4. And then I'm going to distribute. So 6x minus 6x minus 4 equals negative 4. Now I'm going to combine these. If I take 6x minus 6x, I have nothing left, do I? On a problem like this, if you get negative 4 equals negative 4, is that a true statement? Does negative 4 equal negative 4? This would be an example of infinite solutions. You're done. You don't have to do anything. If your letters disappear, okay, if you don't have any x's left or any y's left, your answer is either no solution or it is infinite solutions. Like this one, same concept. You're going to have 6x minus 2 times 3x plus 2 equals 4. 6x minus 6x minus 4 equals 4. That cancels out. Does negative 4 equal 4?
No.
No. That is going to be an example of no solution. So the biggest thing today is these steps at the top of your paper. Right here at the top of that notepad. If you need an extra notepad, they're at the front of the room. Follow these steps. Go through the process. This will be easy today. Okay, it's all solving equations. It's nothing you haven't done before countless times. It's nothing new. It's just following these steps and doing that.